All right, everyone, I bring you the latest and greatest in Trump derangement syndrome. Link in the description, archived, of course. The left has found a new thing that it doesn't like. The elimination of taxes on tips. Yes, indeed, those people who get less than minimum wage and literally live off of tips to survive, they're now the enemy of the left, apparently. I couldn't even believe it when I read it. This is apparently the new thing is, well, these people were able to cheat on their taxes for so long because they took cash tips, and now this is just an extenuation of this. Because, of course, a lot of it is electronic now. And so there's a digital record of the transaction. So when a person gets tipped, it's on file that they got that tip. You know, you have those little tablets in restaurants and shit now and other places, and you can add a tip when you get a service. And usually it's 20% is usually expected. Used to be 15%. I will note that inflation has gotten to tipping as well. Here's my thought. Any time that a tax can be eliminated, we should eliminate it. I don't think there should be a property tax. That's state level, of course. Some states don't have it. I do not believe in having an income tax. I believe there should be a small flat tax on people. It wouldn't affect people that are making very little money or none. But I don't believe in taxing tips. I don't believe in taxing overtime. I fully support Trump's efforts here. Anytime a tax can be eliminated, it's a good thing. It's wonderful, actually. Should be zero taxes. That would be a perfect world. Everyone should just produce and do their own thing, be able to manage their own money. There should be no compulsory investment into Social Security unless it's a business, in which case it can contribute on, a worker by worker basis or something like that. It is a pay in and take out sort of system, although with inflation again, you're not getting anywhere near as much back out as you put in. So it is kind of a scam when you think about it, but yeah, there are some people that are helped by that program. It's not technically welfare. It's just stupid investing. The average person could probably invest that money better than the government can and get a better return. Just saying. But at the same time, to see the left, it boggles my mind. I'm actually confused about why an article like this would even exist, complaining that people who don't generally make a huge amount of money should not have to pay taxes on their main source of income. Like there should be no self-employment penalty, no compulsory Social Security, no property tax, no income tax of any note unless it's on businesses. Business tax is perfectly fine. That's not corporations are not people, so it's different. And there definitely shouldn't be any taxes on tips and overtime. Why? Why should it be taxed? Is it really bringing in that much money to the country anyway? No. You're talking about somebody, they made an extra 20 grand this year, which is like severe poverty level income, in addition to an even more impoverished income that they're actually getting in wages from the restaurant they're working at. The hell do you want to screw the food workers? It's like the liberal elite, these people, like the person who wrote this article, probably lives in a gated community or something like that. Probably lives in an upscale area. And so does not have to work for tips, knows nothing about working for tips. Technically, I work for tips. Hell, my super chats and shit like that should be construed as tips as well and shouldn't be taxed either. Unfortunately, that's not the way that the current tax system works. If Donald Trump really wanted to get a juggernaut going politically, he would attempt to eliminate the taxation of online donations. So, for instance, your Patreon page and Subscribestar and all of these other sites that I myself use, the super chats and stuff like that. Well, he would ingratiate himself to a hell of a lot of very powerful content creators very quickly. I mean, they'd be sucking his ball sack at that point. I'd be like, oh, I saved 5 grand this year on taxes. Well, this is certainly a start. It's better than nothing. No, I don't think that we need to tax tips. Yeah, that person, if they're doing well, and keep in mind, tips are totally voluntary. Sometimes businesses will add a surcharge and it's like an automated tip. But, you can, if the person is giving you good service, delivery person, restaurant worker, something like that, maybe a maid or something, you give them a good tip. I happen to be a very, very good tipper. If the service is good, I will reward that service. I do that because I know that the next time I go there, they'll say, this is one of the good ones. We're going to give him extra good service because he's going to tip us more. It's the whole point. Hey, if I can get 25, 30% on the pizza or that I delivered or something like that, that's pretty good. And these people bust ass, by the way. Do you know how unrewarding it is to be like a delivery driver or a service worker in a restaurant or a maid that cleans hotel rooms and stuff like that? I always leave behind a good tip for every one of them. Unless, if the service is shitty, then you cut them out. And you're like, well, I'm not going to give you a tip at all because you fucking suck. If it's just basic bitch, you give them a basic bitch tip. If, though, the food is good, it was delivered on time, or even in some cases it's delivered early, that happens here all the time because I'm a good tipper. Again, there's a reason for this. Those people shouldn't be penalized. It makes no sense. Eliminate the tax on tips? Good. Tax on overtime? Good. Now go after other taxes too. Just eliminate as many as you possibly can. To see the left complaining about people from the working class, which is what you are if you're working as a server in a restaurant or as a maid or something like that. You're in the working class, you're blue collar. If you're already taxed out the ass, making wages that don't even pay the rent at this point. Why should you be abused further? It's funny to see the left. Well, we love the working class. We love the little people. Now let's tax them more. That makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, yeah. And the part of the article where the dude rants about how workers were working under the table and so they were not reporting it to the IRS. Good. That's good. I think that untaxed income is a great thing. People should do more collective bargaining amongst themselves instead of relying on unions and government to protect them. Just get together with their own communities and trade and stuff like that, and then do untaxed transactions of various kinds. I think that it's a good thing. It's wonderful, actually. Anytime that you can avoid taxes, why pay them? I mean, I pay more than my fair share of taxes. I don't even take half the deductions that I'm due in any given tax year because I'm phobic about the IRS. But, if people are going to file their taxes and stuff, no, those wages should not be counted. It's just a tip. It can be considered a gift, effectively. Well, I'm gifting you 20 bucks on this order because you gave us good service. It's a gift from a friend to a friend in that sense. Oh, those aren't taxed. If grandma gives you 50 bucks, you don't have to file that on your tax form. Why should you have to file taxes on tips? Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Makes even less sense that Orange Man's so bad. He scrambled their minds so terribly. They can't even give him credit for alleviating financial pressure on one of the most vulnerable parts of the economic population, which is people who have that sort of at will, hey, you can give me a tip if you want to, sort of lifestyle. If you're a really good server, you get decent tips and stuff. Yeah, you can make quite a bit of money doing that, actually. It's not bad. But it's still, you might be middle class if you're really, really well tipped because you do a really, really good job and work in a upscale restaurant or something, then you might make a decent income. It shouldn't be taxed anyway. I don't care if they make 100K a year. Still shouldn't be taxed. That's about all. Peace out.